Hello, I'm Reverend Mike, and I'm here to answer your questions about religion. Today's topic is one I hear a lot of people of faith using. Is atheism or science a religion? Well, the short answer is no. No, it's not. I believe that they claim that atheism and science are religions because they don't want to admit that they have more repeatable, demonstratable evidence for science than we have for religion. So they want to obfuscate, they want to obscure the truth by saying that science is a religion that's based on belief when it is not. Religions rely on faith, which by definition does not require evidence. It only requires subjective experience. Science, on the other hand, most often the basis of atheism, requires documented proof and repeatable results. Religions require belief in a greater power, whether that power is external or within us. Science doesn't require supernatural forces. Atheism, however, is a type of belief, one typically based on science. There are atheists who do not believe because of a tragedy, usually some terrible personal tragedy. After all, how could an all-powerful being allow all of the misery in the world? The answer, in a word, is humans. We all have free will, and more often than not, humans care more about themselves than they care about others. I struggle a little bit empathizing with this kind of atheist since it requires such a small view of what the Creator would be. Every bad thing that happens should not be taken personally. As a matter of fact, Buddhists would consider adversity in their lives as an opportunity to overcome an obstacle or as a way to better themselves. We should all take inspiration from this. I can relate far more to the majority of atheists, those who are more scientifically minded, those who require proof of a creator. It is doubtful that an intellectual atheist will ever change their mind, since religious faith is a subjective experience, and you cannot scientifically prove or disprove a subjective experience. Atheists who are led by their hearts are the only type that might become theists if they have some sort of mystical experience. The ones that are ruled by their minds, if they were to have a mystical experience, would think it was just an hallucination or some other phenomenon. Believers who think that they can convert atheists are honestly wasting their time, and vice versa. You cannot disprove science with faith, and you cannot dispel faith with science. There's a terrible conflict between atheists and people of faith, primarily because well-meaning but naive theists try to stand in the way of science. Narrow-minded believers are dangerous and can cause a great deal of harm. This is the primary reason why many atheists downright hate people of faith. Not all, but some. In a way, you can hardly blame them. History shows us many examples of religion inflicting violence against atheists and other religions. Of course, examples of atheist violence against people of faith is conspicuously absent from most historical teachings, but it happened. Both sides are guilty of terrible things. Both sides need to give up their hate and learn to get along. I realize that this is difficult, but it is a goal worth striving for. Although both sides, people of faith and atheists, have had their moments of violence and destruction, we also have to remember all of the good that has come out of it. Let's face it, the atheist side is where most of our science comes from, most of our technological development. But we can't underestimate how much good people of faith do every day, feeding the poor, helping whole communities in third world countries develop water sources that are clean and safe. These aren't done by atheist organizations, they're done by religious ones. Once again, I'm not trying to diss one side or the other. Both groups should get along. Both groups have something to add to our society, as long as neither side allows their extremists to get a grip on our society, because too much atheism is not a good thing. Trying to get rid of all religious references is just as much a suppression of rights as pushing religion onto people who don't want it. That's why I've always been a proponent for a moment of silence in schools. Religious kids can take a moment to pray, and non-religious kids can touch up their homework or just kind of chill and relax, maybe meditate before the school day begins. That way nobody's rights are suppressed and no one has someone else's beliefs pushed on them. Thank you for watching. Click like, please, or dislike. Subscribe if you want to see more. Feel free to leave a comment or question below. Your question might even become the subject of a future video. Be good to each other. We are all in this together.